Good morning, student. The next article is differential equation of a transverse wave. In order to find the differential equation of a transverse wave, imagine a long and horizontal string. It is fixed at one end, the other end is held in hand. If the hand is moved up and down, we have already discussed in first article, introduction of waves. Uh, if the hand is moved up and down, transverse waves are seen to move along the string as shown in figure 1. We have already discussed in this diagram in first article, the introduction of wave. This diagram, okay, this is the diagram. One end is fixed and other end is in your hand. We have to move up and down. The wave will be propagate to this direction. We have to study in this article only this part, okay. Hmm? The figure shows, in this figure shows the element of stretched string. This is the element of stretched string delta L in vibration mode. Let T be this T and this T. T be the uniform tension in the string and mu is the mass per unit length. It is assumed that the wire undergoes small displacement along y-axis. Let delta L be the length of the element. This is delta L be the length of element in the displacement condition. The tension T be normal to cross-sectional area of the element of the string at point P and Q. This point P and Q, the tension will be in this 2 point. Let theta 1 be the angle. This is theta 1 be the angle made by tension T with the horizontal axis at P. Okay. Then and theta 2 be the angle made by T with horizontal axis Q. Let the tension T be resolved along x and y axis as shown in figure 1. This is figure 1. Okay. In this figure, the force along x axis, the force along x axis is f of x is equal to t cos of theta 2 minus t cos of theta 1. This is theta 2 and this is theta 1. If theta 1 and theta 2 are very small, therefore cos theta 1 is approximately equal to cos theta 2 is approximately equal to 1. Okay. The force, therefore f of x is equal to 0 because of theta 1 and theta 2 are very small. The force along y-axis, this is x-axis, the force along y-axis will be f of y is equal to t sin theta 2 minus t sin theta 1. Okay, this is t sin theta 1 and this is t sin theta 2. If theta 1 and theta 2 are very small, and therefore sin theta 1 is approximately sin theta 2 is sin theta 1 is approximately equal to tan theta 1 and sin theta 2 is approximately equal to tan theta 2. Therefore the function will be f of y is equal to t tan theta 2 minus t tan theta 1. This is equation number 1. Okay. Tan theta 1 and tan theta 2 represents slopes of string element, slope of string element at point P and Q. Okay, therefore tan theta 1 is equal to delta y by delta x at P, and tan theta 2 is equal to delta y by delta x at constant Q. Therefore the function will be, following equation will be f of y equal to t of delta y by delta x at Q minus t into delta y by delta x at P. This is equation number 2. Okay. Therefore let delta x be the distance between points P and Q on horizontal axis, then we can write the equation is f of y is equal to t into delta y by delta x at constant Q minus t into delta y by delta x at constant P upon delta x into delta x. Okay, then we have delta square y by delta x square is equal to delta y by delta x at constant Q minus delta y by delta x at constant P upon delta x. Okay, therefore the equation of f of y is equal to t into delta square y upon delta x square into delta x. Put value of this equation delta square y upon delta x square. This is equation number 3. Okay, this process produces acceleration along y axis. Along y axis the acceleration will be delta square y by delta t square. Then according to Newton's second law, f of y is equal to m into delta square y upon delta t square. This is equation number 4. Okay, what is second law? Newton's f is equal to mass into acceleration. This is the mass and this is acceleration. Okay, since mass per unit length is mu, mass per unit length mu, and length of the element is delta L. The mass of the element will be mu into delta L. Therefore the equation f of y is equal to mass. What is the mass? Mass is mu into delta L into delta square y by dA by t square. This is equation number 5. Okay. Therefore, from equation 3 and equation 5, then we get, what is equation 3? T into dA by square y dA by x square is equal to mu into dA by square y upon dA by t square. Okay. Delta L will cancel. Therefore, dA by square y upon dA by x square is equal to mu into dA by square y upon dA by t square. This is equation number 6. Okay. This equation represents differential equation of transverse wave on a string. This is the equation of transverse wave on a string. Then we have general differential equation. This is the main equation of your transverse wave on a string. Then we have general differential equation of wave motion is dA by square phi upon dA by x square is equal to 1 upon c square dA by square phi upon dA by t square. This is equation number 0. This is the general equation of wave equation. Okay. Where c is the velocity of the wave. C is velocity of wave. Okay. Comparing equation 6 and 7. Comparing equation 6 and 7. Then we get 1 upon c square is equal to mu upon t. Therefore, c is equal to square root of t upon mu. This is equation number 8. Equation 8 gives the, this equation gives the velocity of transverse waves. Equation 8 gives the velocity of the transverse wave on the string. Okay. And therefore equation 8 shows, this equation shows c is directly proportional to square root of t for constant mu. Okay. This is the equation of transverse wave.